Hi Fit Chicks! Today I'm going to show you how can you do a home exercise for strength, power and weight loss using a single kettlebell and a pair of dumbbells. You're also going to need your phone and a timer because we are going to do every single exercise for 1 full minute. So what I would like you to do is set your timer, put it right down to the floor in front of you where you can see it, so when you tap start, you know when it finishes the minute. So let's get started, guys. First thing that we're going to do is grab that pair of dumbbells and we are going to do a squat and overhead press. Let me press start and here we go. Feet wider than hip distance apart, squat down, booty going back behind the heels, hands are going to stay next to your shoulders until you stand up and then you push it above your head. So when you squat down, you're making sure that you bring your booty back, as I said, so your knees are not traveling over your toes. Staying with your body weight on the heel, squeezing the glutes, and when you stand up, bring your dumbbells from your shoulder up above your head to complete your shoulder press. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out on the way up. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Last 20 seconds, here you go. And in, maintaining the good posture. Try not to lean too much forward and making sure that you always suck in your belly button, like if someone would do a video of you. And that way you can engage your core and making sure that you have a good posture. One more time, up. There you go. Bring the dumbbells down. You're going to stop your timer, and if you want, just reset it every single time. Whew. Feel a little bit out of breath. Take about like 15 seconds before we're going into the next exercise. We're going to use an 8 kilo kettlebell, but I'll let you to choose your own choice, and we're going to do single kettlebell swing. So let's get started. And while I'm showing you the exercise, I will guide you through with vocal cues of how should you be doing it and where is your technique supposed to be. Start. Feet wider than hip width. You're going to swing the kettlebell in, squeeze your glutes, push it forward. It's more about a swing than a squat. You'll see a lot of people bending their knees too much. It's more about your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back, and your core. And for that reason, you're not squatting, you're really swinging. Imagine your knees staying nearly at the same angle all the way through. The only thing is bending is the angle in between your hips. So you're looking to bend forward, squeeze the glutes, push. Forward, squeeze the glute, push. And you only bring it up the kettlebell to your shoulder height. Breathe out on the way up. Breathe in on the way down. In your nose, out your mouth. Squeeze and push your hip forward as you thrust. Last 3 and 2. One more. And slowly drop it down. Stop your timer and reset. So that was a great way to bring up your heart rate, train your core, focusing on large muscle groups like your glutes and your thighs, so then you can also ensure fat burning potentials. For the next exercise, I'm going to give you an option for a small kettlebell or for a dumbbell, okay? We're going to try and do something like a snatch, but it's not exactly like that because we're going to use low weights for ladies. So you either use a very low weight kettlebell or just a single dumbbell. I'm going to show you with the dumbbell first, okay? I'm going to use opposite hand, reaching down towards the opposite feet where I have positioned my weight, whether if it's a kettlebell or the dumbbell, okay? I'm going to press start, reach for the dumbbell, lift it up to the shoulder, do a teeny tiny squat and press. Back and down. See this hand up here? This is holding your balance and it's twisting your core. So you go in, breathe in on the way down, breathe out on the way up. So it's like a cross reach, down and up. Again, it's not a squat, so you're just trying to keep your knees slightly bent. We're going to do a minute of it, and after the first minute, I'm going to swap this weight into a kettlebell. But of course you would stay with the same weight and a dumbbell. And I'm going to show you how is it looking in the opposite hand. And this is what you would do after a minute. Just grab the second one and keep going. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm swapping it into the kettlebell. And we go up, push it, and down. And we go up, push it, and down. And we go up, push it. See this little bend that you do on your knees when you go down and when you go up. It's to protect your knee joints. So up, push, down. Of course, if you're using a heavy weight, this is more important. And if you're not comfortable at the moment to do this move with the kettlebell, just keep going with your dumbbell. It's as much about being out of breath as working on your strength. So make sure that you take your time to breathe in and breathe out. You always breathe up towards the ceiling, yes? And you always breathe in when you either lower your body or going down to the floor. Last one. And drop it down. Very good. So if you did it right, you should have 2 minutes, which is 2 times 1 minute that you just completed. The last exercise that we're going to do, and then I have a bonus for you as an option, is a very simple exercise, very challenging. This one called single leg deadlift. So I'm going to turn to the side to show you this one. Feet staying hip distance apart, transfer the body weight over to one leg, take the opposite leg back, toe staying on the back. So you have left leg forward, right hand has the weight, whether if it's a kettlebell or anything else. You're going to start leaning forward, holding this knee slightly bent, touching the floor nearly, and then you come back into standing pose. Try not to touch the floor if you possibly can, and that will help to your mobility and to your flexibility, and of course it will really improve your balance. 70% of your balance is depending on your core strength. So if you're training your balance, you're training your core. So let me show you this one now for the time. I'm just gonna get the timer going. Here we go. So we're taking it back, down, and up, and up, and up. Tap it down if you feel like you're not getting the balance for now, and if you're okay with it, then kick it back far and slowly pull it back. So it's up to you how far you think you can push this workout. And back. And of course, you're going to do 1 minute on each of your legs. Trying to focus on keeping this leg that you're standing on just slightly bit bent. Kind of like keeping the knees soft. But do not lock them out like what you would do on a yoga class. Last one. And pull it back. Very good. So, you would do exactly the same as I mentioned to the opposite side as well. So that would give you 2 1 minute next to each other. And here's my bonus. And this one is up to you if you would like to do it or not. It's going to be a hip bridge. And we're going to use the heaviest dumbbell or kettlebell or everything you possibly have at home to place it onto your hip and get your glutes working. So let me lie down to the floor and I show you how it looks. We are taking this larger kettlebell as I mentioned, and we're going to place it right onto the top of the hip. I'm going to press start, feet hip distance apart, back straight, squeeze it up and back, squeeze it up and back. And as you can see, I never let my kettlebell go, otherwise of course this might be a very much of a health and safety negative exercise. So make sure you're always holding onto your kettlebell or your dumbbell. You might even using a big medicine ball, whatever you want to. Trying to keep your weight on the heels, so you're lifting up slightly maybe your toes to making sure again that the muscle that you're using is the hip and the glutes. Keep pushing it up, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. If the kettlebell gets really uncomfortable in this position, what I do recommend to people is turn it around, or there's another option you have to actually wrap it around. Just a towel simply, and trying to place it then onto your hip bone, and keep going. Check your time, and 3, 2, 1, and that's rest. So slowly first take your kettlebell down to the side, and then you're ready. Complete this circuit of 1 minute of each of these exercises as many times you can within 30 minutes, and later on you can build it up to 35 minutes with to maximum 40. If you can, do a little bit of a warm up or stretching at the beginning, at the end, no more than 2 to 5 minutes, just to warm up your body, or maybe even use a foam roller if you can, and then let's get it going.